That's what I'm
You
saying.
should
I need to sort my
fucking check
folders
your
out.
DMs once in a while.
Right, we're live. We're live, and I've not sorted out any music or anything. But
Bev,
do what?
Bev,
Yep. Yes,
I'm
Bri.
asking him in GEMS if anybody's gone in geometric proofs. Do you class sextants or GPS as geometric?
Do they not know what geometric is?
Obviously not.
No.
Apparently not.
Yeah. A sextant is an angle measuring device, so I suppose
Yeah, it relates to geometry a little.
you've got to do a little
Vaguely.
bit more work to find a geometric proof, though.
What's called geometric proof then? A fixed measurement or what?
Well, formulated upon logic first with a statement, and then the proof of the statement being true. That's how a mathematical proof comes. I mean, it's shocking to find out that people of their caliber within this debate forum don't know how to formulate a logical proof. That's shocking, but I mean, you know.
Not to be it's not completely unexpected.
Yeah. See, that picture there, like the DP's mean, it is a proof, but I mean, it needs to be worked through. Like, a proof can't just be given like that. There's a process to work through as to, that's where the debate discussion comes into it. So, yeah. That's what I would say is the proof. There's a two-way conversation that should occur with a proof. No, isn't that what we do?
Yeah, and they find ways to get around and disregard the proof, like it's not even a proof. And it's like you say, because they don't actually know what proof is, what it means. When I saw that meme with parallel to the plane of the horizon meme that you have, that's when my brain really kicked into, like, damn, okay, logic is where it's at. So I lost a lot of interest in the overall discussion and debate people were having, because logic was just not a part of the discussion at all then.
I like it. You're like a breath of fresh air. That's what we're after. I mean, I personally don't think there's many people out there that have a logical thought process.
I've talked to some people, like in my personal life, about this whole thing, and I will agree, like they don't necessarily follow what logic, like step by step how it works, and it is not too easy really to I'm not convinced, but explain when they're already not following to begin with. It's not easy to help them along. All you can do is keep at it, of course, but at some point they are going to have to realize that they also need to put in some work and at least be open to changing their mind about whatever it is, right? So it's ultimately up to the other person to admit that they were wrong, let's say, and that's not easy to make people do.
No, people don't like doing that. I think you've got to drop any misconceptions or whatever. Like, you can't perceive something, and it's no good to predict within the logical process. You just have to take what's there, I think.
So that would be the preconceptions they have to drop. They can't go with what they think is true. They have to start with a blank canvas.
And that's also part of the problem, like realizing and understanding the assumptions that is underlying your statements. Then people don't necessarily examine their own assumptions about things. It's just so much easier not to, you know?
There you go. Get it shared out, guys.
I would, but I can't post anywhere. Sorry.
Oh, I can only get Geo's science versus pseudoscience.
Why can't you post anywhere?
They've banned me
Keeps getting
from everywhere, Rob.
banned. Yeah, we've been banned. I've been banned from Blues. I've been banned from Bob's. Obviously, I don't know whether that is. Oops.
I was welcomed back to science versus pseudoscience. I was told that I was welcome to stay, and next morning woke up and I've been banned again for absolutely no reason. But that's another subject.
Yeah. Oh, I've just posted over there. I think they might be live, so I may have been a bit of a boob then. Sorry. Right. So, Logic Night 6. We've been backed into a corner again. Not of our own making, but we do it going strong still. Logic. Pushing the proof for proof challenge. Is that where we were at? Is that where you said, DP, you went, we should go live rather than talking this, and it took us that long to get round to doing it. I forget how.
I think it was about first principles, but yeah, the proof for proof challenge, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes
too.
back to the first principles again, right? So,
Right.
the idea, the conception of the proof for proof challenge is to show that there are a certain group of people, model afflicted, that cannot drop a model and go back to first principles and build up from a system of proofs that everyone can understand from first principles, nothing, drop everything, go back right to that base level and build up from there proof for proof to show we can show proof for proof all the way from nothing that level is horizontal. That's our challenge, right? So the challenge is to offer that very same proof, and we will go proof for proof with anyone that wants to, that disagrees with level being horizontal. I will take it that if nobody has comes up with anything against it, because there's been a few people that have refused so far, that there would be no rebuttal to level being horizontal, which is a very known fact in reality. So that's the challenge, and what we can do. We can take this challenge to everyone. We will accept anyone. I'll give you the people that we've set this challenge out to so far. I personally have asked McToons, Mr. Sensible. I can't remember all the others. It's got to be loads. Any one of the guys at Gems, but I mean, Bob. Offer it to Bob. Bob, not Bob. Don't know which Bob to call him because he's threatening to take my channel down for mentioning his name. So not the Bob that will get me into trouble. The other Bob. Offered it to him, and they all decline. In fact, they do worse than decline. They trump up charges about doxing and stuff. Just to not have the conversation. Mobius, you watched the video the other day. I've had to re-upload it. with Bob, where he agreed to sort of go through this process with Mobius, come back with pictures, do all sorts of stuff. He then blocked Mobius, banned him from his channel to stop having that conversation.
Is that Bob or not the Bob?
The Bob that isn't the Bob that'll get me into trouble for mentioning the Bob. But you know who I mean. Yeah. I think that'd be the better one. That guy, you know.
It's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Like the one we do not mention.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. That we will be developing this argument, but we're going to be developing the proof for proof challenge. Now, we know there are no globe model believers with any geometric evidence for their model. And there will be no globe model believers that will be able to go anywhere near this proof for proof challenge. Now, I've also been told by people such as Fight the Flat Earth that there is no proof in science. Proof only exists in mathematics, which is luckily the foundation of mathematics is geometry. So there's definitely proofs laden within geometry, and luckily enough, geometry is the study of shape and form. So within geometry, you can prove whether a straight line is straight or it's curved. It's a circle. You can tell the difference between a straight line and a circle within geometry, and you can prove things.
I'd even go
on.
I'd even go so far, like you said, that geometry is the foundation of mathematics. I'd even go so far as saying that geometry is the foundation of proofs.
Absolutely.
I second that.
So, I mean, that's the finest one. And luckily, proofs are formed on logic, and logic is the formulation of an argument, which is a statement formed into a logical statement called an argument that is then put up for discussion to find proof for the matter in question. It's a very simple process. The logic leads to the proof, and the proof leads to what we understand as proof. But it's going to be hard, because I think we might have to have that proof thing. I mean, I think the last logic one we missed last week. But the last logic thing we did was based around proof and the understanding of it. It's a hard journey. But you would expect, I would, because we've been within this arena for long enough now, to think that there should be somebody that's able to have a proper debate with proofs, formulated statements, and to be able to put this together. I mean, that's what we're here for. Most of us are out to try and find some sort of a proof. Everybody's always asking for proof of whatever. I say we can give you it. But it's a journey that everyone has to come on. So I'm going to go proof for proof. And we'll show who are the people that are willing to enter into a conversation.
You would kind of think that everybody involved in this sort of topic would be interested in going, proof for proof, doing the challenge, because everybody believes they have the proof, do they not?
Well, that was the initial question asked was, how do you find a proof? I mean, like I say, it's a fascinating journey. So the proof is within the mathematics, and in order to do that, you have to find the geometry, but I think at the heart of it is you find the logic, or the logic finds you. It's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
But this is why I don't think you will ever have any Glober involved within this particular challenge. And that's because once the logic enters the argument, right? Once you find that the logic is the argument, and that is what an argument actually is, it's the formulation of a logical statement, then the model has to go. That's the first basis of this first principles idea of proof for proof, is that you go back to nothing. You go back to knowing nothing, and you start from the foundations. You're building the foundations as you go, step by step, within the proof for proof challenge that we're offering. We're not going to set off with an initial assumption of anything. We are going to build it from nothing. We will. And that's why the model afflicted cannot enter this, because we've had conversations for hours. Shout out Gently's channel and 50. I think a total of 5 or 6 hours discussing a straight line. But that's the severely model afflicted, and they sort of know the argument that we can bring. So we know that the people that we've been talking to for... How long have we been talking to these people for? About 2 years, me personally. Perhaps longer than that now. I may be losing time. I've been talking to him for 2 years, and there's none of those people will be able to enter this argument. They will all choose to slander rather than enter the argument. So we're going to have to try and ask somebody outside the argument. But I guess I could add Team Septic to that, because that was the initial one, wasn't it? He was the first guy that ran away from the geometric argument, which is what this is. So we're going to have to make a video, but I want all of us to be involved in it, because this is a team effort. Oh, speaking of team efforts, also challenge going out to Mr. Sensible, Mr. the Logic and Cheese guy. We do Logic Nights. What about a team logic discussion, where we just bring our formulations of the logic? You like it? Like we were doing at the beginning, We could go over the old episodes. We could use a few of those and take those. And Mr. Sensible, the logic master from the Globe side, he could put up and get a team of all of his best Globers. And we will meet with our logical arguments. What about that? It's a good one, isn't it? In fact, not just to Mr. Logic, the Logic and Cheese man, Mr. Sensible, but anyone. If you want to do a team event where anyone here will do a team logic event where we formulate a couple of logical statements based around the idea that of the initial statement that somebody gives for a particular topic. We'll bring the logical arguments and just have a discussion about it. Brilliant for getting people introduced to the basic logic, like Mr. Sensible. I'm sure he's already been teaching people over on the Globe how to do how to formulate logical statements without contradictions and fallacies and all of that. Perhaps you could start. Maybe he might be able to build in a fallacy or in a logical argument that we don't spot. He might be that good at formulating a logical argument. We don't know. Does anyone know?
Never heard him formulate a logical argument.
No, we don't watch his videos, do we?
I don't necessarily even know who he is.
Yeah.
Not top of my playlist, let's put it that way.
He is the guy that Mitchell from Australia talked to when they were doing the Black Swan. And
Oh, at best, you've only disproved the radius. That guy.
yeah. Like he went through with the entire Black Swan step by step, and at the end he said, "Yeah, well, at best, you've disproved the radius."
After having agreed to everything
Yeah.
Mitchell had said.
Well, he's right. He's right, because we have worked through that, haven't we? You just say, well, yeah, that's not the radius. It's built into the logical, it's a weakness within the Black Swan. Based as a logical argument, right? But, yeah, he fell into it and said, yeah. So, I mean, like, he had no rebuttals for the Black Swan, other than to say, yeah, not that radius then. So, yeah, he's obviously well learned in the art of logic.
Well, and geometry, as he's talking about radius, or radii.
He's well into the sextant, so surely he would be able to build in some sort of geometric proof for the sextant, for the model of he's using. I mean, it's just an angle. You could do the rest of the geometry within the formulation of a logical argument, surely.
In that case, shout out to Mr. Sensible for actually being straight up and honest about that fact.
Yeah, we could even go over that, the Black Swan, with Mr. Sensible. I mean, like we have done it many times, and it would be good to talk about logic. I mean, the logic is an easy way for both sides to get together, I think. We don't really need sides within a logical argument because the logic does it that itself.
Yeah, the logic stands on its own two legs.
But I was just really thinking about the idea of the content for these guys with their channels.
Right, you've got Mr. Who is it? Can't think of his name. Who's trying to build that debate channel at the moment? He's had
Squawk.
GoFundMes for all sorts of equipment to build his channel, hasn't he?
Sean
What's his name? That's
debate.
the one.
Yeah. I mean,
Hashtag stand with Sean.
Yep. I stand with Sean. Yeah, we could definitely do any one of these sort of discussions or whatever over on the debate channel, the new debate channel. Sean, we stand with Sean. Try and give him a bit of content.
All we need is invitations.
We can do the proof for proof challenge over there. See, it doesn't have to be a debate. It's just the proof. Like it's everyone. It'd be a complete learning experience for everyone involved because one side gives a proof, and then the other side can give a proof, and another proof. It's just like proof on proof on proof. It should be very simple, very informative.
And it should and also very interesting to listen to, or follow along with. It's a think along project.
Yeah,
What if you got no proof?
we have. We're all right. We're fine, Rob.
No, sorry, you must have misheard me. I said, what if they got no proof?
What do you mean? No, they couldn't have gone this far without any proof. Nah, that's not possible, Rob. Don't be silly. They'll all be flooded to do this. They'll want to show off, right? What?
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah. I mean, their model has to be true, doesn't it? It has to be. So there will be plenty of proofs for them, geometrically. Absolutely.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah. A proof for proof challenge. It has to be. There you go. That's a good tagline, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. And also, if I'm thinking about people who, not like on the fence, but they don't necessarily possess the proof themselves. Like they could always just take part, listen, see what kind of proof is actually out there. Like just listen and take part, learn something.
Yeah. Learn what a proof is. Well, at least a geometric proof, mathematical proof. I mean, maths is everything to a lot of these people, and you wouldn't expect a formula to be a proof. I mean, some people might. Some people might think like a sum or some letters wrote down on a board is a proof. It's not. That's not what a proof is.
Definitely not.
Maths is a description. It's not a proof, it's a description.
You could write up a formula that doesn't work or is even, doesn't have any relation to reality whatsoever. It's just a formula.
Yeah, but what does a formula prove?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
And it goes back to the fact, math is, like you said, a descriptor, a descriptive language for whatever you choose to describe at the moment. And we all know how it works in English. We can tell each other about Santa Claus, for example, but that doesn't prove Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is a big one at the minute. I've been...
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas.
Well, yeah, but I've been using him as an analogy, right? Is when you're a child, then Santa Claus is put there as a lesson, I think. But, I mean, it turns out to be a bad lesson because it teaches kids that parents lie in a place of trust. I know, it sounds bad. But if you take on the analogy that Santa Claus is... no parent ever tells their child, it's okay, he's not real, this year we'll do the presents. no parents ever do that. They leave it for the child to realise. So that's, been brought into the child as a reality, right? Everyone does it, so it's accepted. But the globe model also is not taught. It's talked of like Father Christmas. There's nothing there. It's just talked of. And you go through school and you don't really do globe, or I didn't. Wasn't really discussed. We just did maths and we did history and we did all of that. We didn't do globe. Wasn't taught. The only one thing we ever did within the globe was when they show the molten core, which is obviously a load of bullshit. But that was the only thing. Everything else that you ever learn of the globe model is taught to you through the TV and films and media and your friends. People talking about it, imaginary stories about things.
Would you say that's implied learning?
I wouldn't know. It's just like we were talking about. The model is pieced up piece by piece, patchwork of everybody, and you start off by filling a hole. It's like it doesn't seem right, but teachers tell it is, so that's okay. It's stuck in at very early age, and not, nothing's ever proved or anything. So
the implication is given that this is what is true, but the truth is never endorsed in any way.
No, there's never anything physical there, to give you tangible. You just tell it at very early age.
And then it's left
locked
alone.
In. Yeah, it's locked in. It's locked in as a natural thing. But with the Santa Claus as a child, like, you have to realise that Santa isn't real. That's on you, because your parents don't tell you. Well, the globe model's pretty much the same thing. It's up to you. Now, most people don't ever go on a journey to help themselves prove it. Like, it's never questioned, because it just is. But when you come on a journey, somebody asks you a question and makes you want to go on this journey, then at that point you have to start asking yourself, okay, what have we got? What evidence? What is there for the globe? And I have the analogy of the baskets of evidence and proofs, and where are you going to put it? Well, I have got nothing in my globe basket of evidence. Nothing at all.
What about anecdotal evidence in that basket?
For the globe? Nothing. Literally nothing.
No, okay. I had to ask,
There's some stuff that just doesn't seem to work, but I know there are some things that you will never know. And trying to do frivolous things like that is a waste of time. The analogy of the square and the circle. Like, they like to say, many mathematicians spent years trying to solve that puzzle, only to find out in the 20th century it's impossible. So it's a waste of time. Trying to do some things are a waste of time. And the globe, there is no geometric evidence for the globe. and nobody that can give us any. And you'll see, once we start putting this challenge out, you'll see that there will be no Globers. And then you'll see that we can prove things, but only to yourself.
And I think that's really an important point, is that you prove things to yourself. Like, you can't even necessarily take something from someone else, that they're trying to prove something to you. But unless you look at it and take it for what it is and think about it, it's not going to be a proof. You have to understand it first. And so, yeah, it's an important point that it's individual. It's for you yourself to do.
And when we started this journey, it was more of a journey of realization. But you realize that some people can say things better, just in a very simple way. And that better bit, that makes you realize whatever it is. And it sinks in. So what I always dreamed of was say that, a dream. I don't dream. What I wanted to get was a group of people that can explain stuff the most simple way that people can understand. And I think we've got a great group of people here that can do that. And there's people that want to learn and people that want to help other people learn. We're all learning together, and we can all help each other on this journey of understanding or whatever. I mean, it's not all logic and maths and all of that. It's just having a laugh, having fun. And learning that it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, because all of this stuff is all on the individual that's doing it. I mean, you can prove anything to yourself, but the challenge here is see whether you can validify that proof by being able to give it to somebody else. Can you get somebody else to have that proof also? And that then is a true proof. If you can get people to understand and go through it and have that, I don't know what to call it. It's that moment of clarity that you get when the understanding is a true understanding. Bit weird. Sounds a little bit hippie-like. Maybe even a little bit religious sounding.
Kind of like an epiphany.
That's the word I was looking for. There has been, we've been talking about it over the past few days, haven't we? When one person can say something and it sparks something else in other people, which then lead to more things. It's like a snowball.
I've lost count of the amount of times that has happened through conversation here.
Me too.
For me, this is the best place for that to have happened. I mean, among all of the different Discord servers that I've been to.
Well, I think this is the only group of people that it's ever actually happened to me with at all.
Yeah, I think I will actually state the same, actually, to be very fair. I don't think I've had any real epiphanies elsewhere.
To me, it just seems like the other Discord servers, I'm not singling out any in particular, but they're all built around the confrontation. There's no actual constructive discord that happens. And to have the constructive discord, you have to lose the confrontation.
Yeah. Drop the
The-
ego as well.
Yeah.
The other discords is a circular reasoning because they are talking about the same old thing time and time again, whereas this one is trying to get to the end result. And I'm glad I've actually come here because I don't like circular reasoning. I want to get to the end result, and I'm going to get to there because, thanks to Bev and all them lot, they put me on a path. I can see straight through it. I can see straight through all their arguments, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And yeah, there's nothing special about. Yes, this is just I guess it's a place where you can come and just sort of relax a bit. The confrontation that occurs most places is the stuff that stops the discussion. It stops the free flow of ideas, which I know DP you've been on at us because there have been a lot of distractions just recently going on, and we feel that it is a distraction from what we're doing because we've had this idea of getting these videos and getting this argument together for quite a while, but in doing that, in putting this argument together, if we put it out as a video, then the people that we particularly deal with at the minute will be able to change it and manipulate it. So I guess we've been on the Logos process that has led us to this point now where they've ditched us and they're making up silly slander stories and all of that sort of stuff.
I personally now think it's time to turn our backs on the silly slander stories. Leave Bob the liar guy to fester in his own juices. Mr. 42 has made himself out to be the idiot we all know he is. And Druss yesterday, or the other day, came in and made a fool of himself. So it's time to turn the back on him.
Well,
and just get on with what we do.
Carry on with this, but the argument still stands. Proof for proof challenge. I'll accept it from anyone, even the people that have slandered us and called us child abusers, all of that. I mean, the argument is the argument. We're not bothered about the people. We're not bothered about whatever silly stuff they've ever said. This is purely about the argument that we're going to be bringing, and for people to learn, hopefully some 1, proof, 2, logic, and 3, geometry, and how you can link all of those together in reality with practical things that we can demonstrate in reality. That's what we're about. Not bitching and slagging people off and slandering people. We're past
the argument is above personas, and it's above people. It's above whatever they think they are. The argument is the argument, and you can't get away from that.
No, the argument's I think the most fun thing. I mean, we have had so much fun over the past, I don't know, year or whatever. We have had some hard times, but I mean, I must say I've never laughed as much.
I got it.
And there will be plenty more comedy. Hey up, hot mic.
Tomorrow night we have influence.
Oh, I got it. So that's what we're doing, and also part of the practical tests of what we are doing in this particular time is the laser waving, and that's just meant as an idea for us to come together and get out and do things. So if there's anybody in the Southport Blackpool area that wants to come and do a practical laser waving test, then do come into the Discord and we will try and work out some sort of locations for sometime soon. I did want it to be next weekend, but it looks like it's chucking it down again. Although there are some clear bits. Yeah, there are some clear. Time is it? I was looking at the moon tonight. There was a nice bit of the moon tonight. It looked bigger than that bit that you had yesterday, Buster. Here, the moon and Venus was out bright. So I don't know, DP. We'll have to sort it out when we will actually do the laser waving.
Yeah, I don't think realistically it can be this weekend, Bev.
No.
Shame.
This weekend, next weekend, I don't know. Sometime over Christmas, New Year.
No, absolutely.
But that's what we're all about. We want to be getting out. We want to be doing tests. We want to be doing more live stuff. And as always, we're up for anyone to come and talk. And that goes for anyone on any side. We're not bothered. If you want to come in and learn this argument, strategy, technique for talking to people,
fundamental truth,
yeah, just pop over to the Next Level Discord. We have some rules, guidelines that you drop the model. That's it. Lose the model and try and realise that there are more things connected to the model and words that you use that reinforce the model in the model afflicted. A lot more than you'd realise. And we do a lot of that. I don't know. We do a lot of the pointing that out to each other. There's a lot of the model in everything. And also we've got all of the footage of all of the tests and all of the Fata Morganas and the sunsets and the footage of the black swans. Oh, we've got loads of stuff. We aren't going to be struggling for content because the arguments that we've already been through are the arguments that will happen over and over again. So if anybody wants to come in.
All we're doing is building the proof upon proof upon proof.
Yeah. Please do come in and get involved, and you will be involved in it. Trust me. There are lessons being learned by every... I learn lessons from every person I talk to. That's why I like talking to people. I'll talk to anybody. Literally anybody, even when they call me names and stuff. I just get annoyed with the people that stay in the text and don't come and talk. Because they haven't got any arguments. They've got nothing. That's why they leave us alone. I don't think we've got many, have we? The trolls tend to leave us in the chat and everything. They all leave us alone. Don't know how many. I don't even think we get that many hate watchers. Because some of the things we say, they don't like hearing. It's like DP and his memes. They don't like seeing the meme because sometimes that's enough. If they see the argument wrote down in a meme, it might just... a little bit of logic might enter, and that chips away at a piece of their globe model. And then they get really threatened. Of course, I'm teasing the model afflicted. Shouldn't really do that. But it's true. It's oh so true.
And I would add on to that by saying, if you have a belief, if you have a belief, that's a pretty toxic attitude towards reality, because if it exists, it does not require your belief. If it does not exist, then your belief doesn't change that fact anyway. So be careful with what you believe in. And if you do have a belief, try and at least try and verify, justify, prove that belief to yourself. And I guess that's my point.
That was very nice. I like that. I might have to clip that bit out.
Why should your belief be toxic?
No, I'm saying the holding a belief in something is unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary, because either it's true or it's not. And if you believe in something and it's real, then you don't really believe in it anymore if you can prove it to yourself. And if it's not real and you can't prove it to yourself, then your belief isn't going to change the fact that you can't prove it. So belief is unnecessary, I guess is my point.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Either you believe it or your belief is true or it is not. But why should it be toxic?
Because if you believe something, then you are automatically precluding yourself from believing its opposite, or even, entering into whatever the opposite may be. You're gonna just shy away because you believe that it's BS, right? And in some sense, that can quickly lead you down very wrong roads. And
No, not right. No. How can your beliefs be toxic or not toxic? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure I know how to answer the question.
Yeah, it's a bit... maybe is it a language thing? Is there a difference between belief and faith?
Yeah.
And that's also a good question.
Yeah, because I wouldn't know about that myself. And
I may have used the wrong word when I said toxic. Yeah.
I say I know what you're getting at is
Oh.
that you can't bring a belief into a logical statement because
Yeah, definitely
it
not.
will either be proved true or false, right? It will not be a belief.
Yeah, exactly.
And that very often is the stepping stone that a Glober won't be able to get across, because the model will inject itself at some point into the thing, and then that's where the belief comes in, that it overrides the logical argument.
Yeah, that's where I apologise. That's where I said when he said toxic. That's what when I got triggered. So, I apologise for that.
Yeah. He's
No,
got
I will
beliefs.
agree that the word toxic may have been wrong in context, and I hope my point still came across.
Yeah. Yeah, the difference between the logical argument and a belief is the logical argument hopefully is dealt to be either true or false, whereas a belief doesn't come into that at all. That's what I would say. So
A lot of times in this
go on.
A lot of times in this arena, I've seen it's beliefs or walls built to keep you from knowing.
Oh, that's nice. I like that one.
Yep.
I bet he's got that in a lyric already. I bet he's
I'm thinking about it.
There must be a lot of golden nugget statements that should have been saved over the period of time.
Yeah, I usually try the last song I wrote. I'm gonna try to get out. They were talking one day, and the last verse was like, "Just slow down for a minute." So, yeah.
It's like it's not people recording you around here. It's people writing song lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a good group of people. I don't know why there aren't more people wanting to come in here. If anybody's out there thinking that they can't join, you can. This is just a group of normal people. Every one of them. Every one of us. And there are new people here. And no doubt they'll tell you it's easy to come in. The requirements are, though, you've just got to be honest.
I was just gonna say, when I came in here, the first time, I mean, you asked me a series of questions, like, let's say 5. And all I had to do, all I did was just answer honestly what I thought about the question you asked. And that's all you can do, right? Just be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't be honest with yourself, who can you be honest with?
Mm-hmm.
So, like that was doing, we just finished with the last 2 videos of the hacking ones. Now, Mr. 42, didn't hack that app at all. He falsely titled a video hacking, and we've done some videos saying that he hasn't hacked it, and that's going to be the end of that for us now. We all know now that there are people out there that will purposely go after a group of people, and it'll never stop, it'll never end. But as long as you know that will happen, these people that are out there, and I suppose we're right in the heart of it now, but we're going to try and get away from them. I don't want to have anything to do with a group of people that want to intimidate other people. I'll talk to anyone, but I can't be dealing with people like that around that purposely want to do that. So we're getting away from that toxicity of people with no argument, with no idea to help further a conversation. They don't want to build. They only want to destroy stuff. We're done with it. This group of people that we've got round here are amazing, and we're going to be building on what we've got here and getting rid of all of that. We've never really been involved in the drama, but I had to state that with the app and what they were doing publicly against that group of people. Because, like I keep saying, we're not part of that group, but we accept anybody. Anybody can come in here, no matter what you call yourself. Come in and talk about stuff and just be open and honest and real. And whether you want to come and stay or, just leave, whatever. But we talk to loads of people. And we do have proofs here to offer as well for people to find. We've talked to a lot of people, so we know that this community, let's say, is toxic. There's circular arguments that go nowhere, and they have been doing for years. Well, this is a chance to step out of that and also to learn all of those arguments that go nowhere, the circular arguments. They need to be, you need to be looked at, and you need to know where the circular arguments are as well, to not step into them. So, yeah, we'll be stepping away from that arena, going into the reality-based logic, video making.
Absolutely.
We do the memes. We're going to do all of that, but mainly the videos, and what I want the videos for this group of people to be doing. I want everybody to be involved in them. I want to make shorter videos, but I want everyone to help out if they want to, right? If they want to do, well, whatever. Even how to make the videos more popular, to reach more people, how to make them simpler, how to make the videos better.
Looking for people with any animation skills at the moment. So if you're out there and you hear this and you've got animation skills, drop into the Discord.
Yeah. Silence. That was good. Also, Buster is going to be doing live music, so in the Discord we can do live music nights.
Yeah, my friend that I play with, he's agreed to it. We just have to pick a day, maybe one, hopefully twice a month. We can do a live thing.
I can pick a day for you, Buster. How does tomorrow sound?
I wish.
Don't we all?
Okay, so if we are going to sort this proof for proof challenge out, we need to prepare a video that we can put out short one explaining the proof for proof challenge that we can then send out to everyone. I'm hoping to get it, if we can get it short enough, we may be able to put it on Discord as a short video in the Windows, if we can get it underneath 100 meg. Short video. Proof for proof challenge. I'm thinking SE voicing it. Yeah, thinking SE voicing it, or and maybe anybody else if you want to voice it. Right, Hand, are you going to be in on this? Do you want to? Have you got anybody lined up? I don't know whether you heard of it at the beginning. We're standing with Sean and offering the debates over there. Would you like to offer yourself up for any sort of a debate to stand with Sean and help him out?
Yeah, I stand with Sean. I have that on my car, my bumper sticker. I think I was the first one to reach out to him right on his debate night channel. I was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah, I don't know how many other offers he's had so far, but I mean, it sounds like he's got a nice bit of kit there ready for a good show. He should be able to put on a good moderator show, or maybe he's even debating. I don't know.
He said he didn't want to debate, so I think he's just going to be like the limo driver, just making the right turns, maybe rolling that screen down, letting you know we're there.
He'd be the most impartial moderator there is. There you go. Look at that. We've even got meme guy out on it. GIF man. Sugar cookie.
Does Sean even have like a sign up sheet?
I don't know. I can't even read that out, can I? If you're watching, you can read that, and you know Sean Hawkins. That's the most honest thing I've ever heard. I can imagine that's his technique.
You might want to put it full screen for a couple of seconds, babe, so people can read it.
Oh, what? There you go. You know, Sean. In fact, I'm gonna have to get that. I'll just have a quick look for the video. The other Sean Hawking one, because there's no better than. I'll put that out. So yeah, we're after doing the proof for proof. I'll get a video out. And then we might even be able to get it out to a lot of people. Hopefully. We get the idea is to get the message out that there are no globe model believers with any evidence of the globe model. And once people realise that, I think then we can start talking just about reality and not start talking about the models. I can't find Sean. Oh, it might be on the old video. Who was it that said it was Tao, wasn't it? Who's Sean Hawkins? Is that guy in the wheelchair? And thus, the Sean Hawkins debate, intellectually debate.
Stephen Hawkins in the wheelchair.
Sean Hawkins.
Stephen Hawkins.
It was Tao, I know.
Sean Hawkins, Stephen Hawkins. It's the same. You're
Same
dealing with a
thing.
genius, right? Just a disabled genius.
It would only be better if you could get the guy in the wheelchair shirtless.
Bro, his debate channel needs to be that him staring off into the distance, like having a stare down with Stephen Hawkins, right? Like that. That's how I see his debate.
Oh. We did get some pictures the other day, didn't we, of him? Doing some nice pictures, some camera faces. Somebody beat me to it.
Oh, that, and then Stephen Hawkins looking the other way, right? Like just there. 50 years from now, when people are talking, right, it'll be Einstein, Newton, Hawkins. Like it might just become Hawkins squared.
Somebody was asking the other day, oh, was it that guy? I think it's in the video, isn't it, about McToons, where I was telling him that I'd offer McToons the Proof for Proof challenge, and he said, would you go on Modern Debates? But I don't think they realise, I don't think most people realise that the Globers don't like modern day debates, do they? They don't like the moderators over there, and I think that's what's led
doesn't
Sean.
nod. He just kind of sits there, right? He doesn't really do much.
Well, there was a different one. Not that guy's disappeared, and there's been a different moderator for the last few, I think. And I think that may be why Sean's, he's seeing his chance. He's seeing his chance. Jose doesn't want to do debates. Jose just wants to do chats. Ranty's 24/7 channel has, gone downhill. Let's say it's like not even started anywhere. Sean, like he's gonna take this because it's pretty obvious that Jem's got the chat. For where all of the Globers go together and just all huddle down. The safe space. So he's reaching for his chance for the debates. I mean, where else is there? There's the Intellectualist, where they have their ELO point system. Nobody's going to get into that. I wish him well. Again.
He's a pioneer. That's all I have to say.
I'm looking.
I think we're
forward
definitely
to
look
it.
back on Sean as the one who really brought it to everyone.
Yeah. Anyone want to come up with any debates that they'd like to, like fantasy debate, or maybe just any sort of debate you would have with anyone? Then Sean, obviously being the debate guy and he wanting to set these debates up, might try and find you someone, right? So if you're listening, Sean, me personally, I'll have a debate with Ranty over the picture that he never took, that he stared at for 200 hours. and the geometrical implications of what he thought about it, right? That's one for me.
I'll take B-Ball on the one that he challenged me to.
Nice one. There you go.
Over his pictures, the one that he's been running from for the past 2 months to 3 months, maybe. So, B-Ball, Sean's got the platform. Let's do it.
I want to debate Brenda, and I just want to try and get him to scream again.
Scream more.
But which I think is, yeah, I think it's, I think it's a good debate because, like, we both know what's happening going in, right? So it's just up to each other to do their job, right? Like, all he has to do is not get triggered, and all I have to do is trigger. So I think we put a time limit on it. You know, I all the pressure's on me, right? All Brenda has to do is just be cool.
So could we say a debate with Brenda on what would most trigger Brenda?
Oh yes, that's a great
That's
point.
a good title for a debate.
Did I debate RC Meisty?
Oof, there you go. Look at that.
Bro, this is like it's like the all-star lineup of Sean Hawkins can put himself on the debate map with these.
It's got 2 weeks worth of content there.
And plus we got Sensible and the Logic.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Going
yeah.
on.
The big Logic team debate.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Sensible.
Come on, Sean.
Yeah, all right. Get back on your other character.
Yeah. Don't forget you're just here to listen.
Essie, was that B-Ball again? That could be a double up.
That was Blabs, wasn't it?
Blabs. There you go. There's another one. I was not speaking for Essie, but he would definitely do the Blabs thing. Should we set one up for Emma? Who would Emma debate? Curved. That'd never happen. But
Oh yeah, on what? She could debate Curve on what triggers Curve the most. My predictions: Emma's vagina.
Or Curve Shite Mike.
Oh, Curve with a shite mic, being a feminist or being so anti-feminist while making that crackling noise. Emma's just gonna go fuck it. I'd like to go against Toon again. I think the people want to see that.
I've already offered Toon the proof for proof challenge because he obviously says that level is horizontal, and I wouldn't mind knowing how he can justify that. I wouldn't mind knowing why he was thinking of me when he was going to watch A Christmas Carol. That'd be interesting.
Wait, so you're saying he understands level is horizontal, but he still maintains his model?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of this CogDis that happens with the Globers. The Globe model sometimes overrides all senses of logic.
Surely that is the very definition of CogDis.
Yeah, Mr. Sensible as well. Level is horizontal. But sometimes, once they get back down into a thing, they end up saying horizontal at a point. So they don't even understand what horizontal is.
So then you can't really say that he understands level is horizontal.
No, that's what. That's the problem. I'd like himself to expose the double talk that they have. The point line. I would also I put myself up for Ruhif as well. I'd like to have a a conversation with Ruhif about his representing an angle as a line after he develops it from a picture and pixels. I find that fascinating. It'd be a learning process to take everybody through that. Because that would be good, because he could also teach the Globers about how he does his new maths.
Little off topic, but just quick. Do you think you have the green laser, right? You see all the particles, right? You can see all that the stuff floating around.
Yeah.
Do you think if you went to the top of Everest, you'd see as much stuff floating around?
I don't know. I've never really took it outside to have a look. Most of it's been in the house, so I imagine there's loads of like little bits of dust. I mean, that's why
It's same outside.
Dusting, isn't it? Is it the same outside?
Yeah, and that's what I'm like, yo, I think whatever that is, we breathe in, and that's why, like, when you go up higher, there's less of whatever that is, and like that's why it's harder to breathe, because you have to take in more air to get that little bit of stuff or whatever. So I think and that's in a vacuum. I think you just remove that stuff. So I think if you shined a laser through a vacuum and pulled it, you would just see those particles being removed. I betcha. That might be my next. My next. I'd love to have like one of those clear vacuums, send the beam through it, and then turn the vacuum on and see if we can see all those little things just clear up, but still see the beam. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah. I've got three now. I've got the red, the green, and the blue, and the blue is somewhere in between the green and the red. You know, like you can't see it like the green. The green lights everything up, whereas the blue you can just about see the little bits in the air, but not really the blue beam. And the red one, very rarely can you even see the beam or the bits. You just see the dot on the other side.
Unless you throw a whole bunch of like use hairspray or something into the beam, then
put smoke through it or something. Then the red one will pick it up, but the green is definitely the best.
Bro, I was hitting my smoke with the green, and it was looking like it looks like another beam start. Like it's like you have the beam coming out of the laser, then when it hits something, it gets that bright again.
Yeah, fancy light. That's all from getting the lasers ready for the laser waving. We need some brand lasers. Although it doesn't work in the UK. We need bigger lasers. Well, we don't know, do we? We need to start getting out there and testing to see how far we can get with the lasers. I mean, we know we can get the 11 miles. And that was only with a little DP had like a cat toy. And I had that one, the red one. But I'm hoping this next time we'll definitely be able to see the beam, I think. How far do you reckon that one of yours was going?
Man, that's really why I was like trying to get the drone to see it in the sky, because it, as far as I can see, right? Like I shoot it and I just see it. I can hit the stop sign that's like a quarter or half a mile down the street, no problem. It's fucking really strong.
Uh-oh. Foolish is upset. He did leave this server. The other day. But I think that video that I put out where Foolish was saying that he didn't do Hacking has upset him about something to do with straight lines. Gets upset. I don't know whether he's listening. Has he come back in? Because he can come in if he wants. Oh no, not in the landing or anything. I think he might be listening in. Or he's just off thinking about straight lines on balls. I'm sorry, Foolish. I didn't mean to, but you did come in and say that, so we put the video out. Like I say, we're done with that, but I mean, he wants to get involved with the argument. He wants to be coming in and telling us that straight lines on a ball. Well, on a sphere. But he thinks a sphere is, well, a two-dimensional surface. We did have that argument or discussion earlier. I don't want to go into it because that's a few steps down the road. But most people understand that once you start off down the road of what is possible and first principles, it takes quite a while before you get to the sphere. And I think that's why a lot of people have this misconception that I guess that's what you do within this argument discussion. If you go back to first principles, then you're starting off at a point and a line, and you end up on a plane, a two-dimensional surface, length times breadth, and you stay there for quite a while learning your proofs. It takes a long time before the sphere gets comes into the model, and that comes in as solid geometry. But then the Glober wants to take that and disregard all of the proofs that happened, and they want to put that sphere as the length times breadth. And it just doesn't work. But I guess mentally, that's what most people do. They put that model in the place of a plane, a two-dimensional surface on which to build your proofs on. I don't want to be doing too much. I want to give that. I want that in a. I want to have a discussion with the Globers about that, because that's, again, working their model for them. Just keep it with a two-dimensional surface is a plane. But obviously it triggers some people into an argument that I don't think they want to actually have. So that's why we'll just be doing basic concepts. Nothing too difficult and nothing imaginary.
Start at first principles and build it from there.
Mm-hmm. And make it real all the time.
Mm-hmm.
At no point should you ever have to imagine anything. because I think that's one of the words that we should start pointing out.
I think we also need to point out the sophistry and the word magic that is behind the reification of the model as well.
Very true. Because we did have the logic and magic, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of word magic and word play and sophistry that is built into the belief system of the model.
Yeah, but you do realise more and more once you drop the model, you realise that those magic and just the words, the common usage of the words, the repetition of the same thing. And I'm always open for anybody pointing for something out that we've missed. Because no doubt we have. We've missed loads.
Always the best part, giving you an opportunity to either add or subtract from what you already argue, what your argument already is, right? Having somebody point out something you missed, yeah, that's the best thing that could ever happen.
Yeah, it helps you learn more. I think if there's something memorable within the argument, it makes you learn it. I mean, there's so many times we've entered into a discussion and just completely missed something that was obvious at a different time. How many times have we done it, DP, where I've been asking you to make a meme only to find out that we've already got that meme has been made and we've forgotten about it. That must be the sign that we've been round all of the arguments. Full circle. Right back to the beginning. So, what can we use? Is there anybody wants to do anything that we... What did we want to come and do? We wanted to do the proof for proof challenge. Point out that... Yeah, we've sorted out with that one. There's a character out on the internet on YouTube that's out for shutting my channel down because of a video. I don't know whether I can mention his name because he's threatening that I'm not allowed to mention his name. Otherwise, he'll do me for doxing and try and take my YouTube channel down. So I'll not bother saying his name or anything, although I would like to offer the proof for proof challenge to him. And yeah, the proof for proof challenge, that's definitely what I'm
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I was sick. Can you call him B, the S guy? Or like BS guy?
I don't know. That may even be doxing. I don't know. He's that keen on it that I don't know. He'll probably be trying to take something down already. He might even have already reported this one. I don't think he's come in the chat to let us know, but it wouldn't surprise me. But the main thing is the proof for proof challenge. I'm so keen now. We've got this argument that we've developed, I need to put it into a video. And I'm not one for scripting videos or anything, so most of the stuff I do is recorded live. So I prefer if there were somebody that I could partner up with in the Proof for Proof challenge. There must be somebody out there that could work through a series of proofs to prove the shape of level in reality and link it to reality. And I'll go with level is horizontal, as everybody knows. That's what I do. And any one of the Globers can come up with whatever they say, because, you know, they say that it isn't horizontal, so it must be something else other than horizontal. And Proof for Proof challenge, open to anyone and everyone. But I mean, it would be an honour if Simon Dan were to come out of hiding and come in to do something like this, but we know he won't. Conspiracy Cats, he's a clever man, supposed to be. He keeping quiet. He should be able to take this one on. He's like a mathematics, physics guy. A teacher, I believe. So yeah, he might be able to come and do it. Or the guy that can't be named for reasons that he may try and report me for doxing. I don't know who else there is. There's Blue Balls. Although he doesn't know much about geometry, I don't think he could. Mr. Sensible, offers open for you for the logic challenge, the team logic challenge. He could be the head of his team. I don't know how many, 3, 4, 5. How many people could we have? I guess we could have quite a few, couldn't we? In a logic night, I mean, it could fit 30 people in here. So bring a few, or we could have it over there on Mr. Sensible's channel. Maybe even on the Sean Hawkins debate channel. Although I don't know whether he can have the capacity of having 30 people unless he's opening a Discord, which I'm not aware of yet. But I mean, that would be a great place for him to have. Please get a Discord, Sean. We'll come over.
What about that guy who said the proof only exists within mathematics? What's his name? He seems like one of. Yeah, right. Yeah, he seems like one of a high-profile person in this thing.
Well, he was the one that I went on and did the geometry thing first. He was my first debate, actually. He was the guy that brought me into this entire arena. And back when he was buddies with, because he's buddies with PhD Tony. That was the first meeting I had with PhD Tony. Was over there at Fight the Flat Earth. And he was buddies with Teen Septic. And he offered me the geometry debate and backed down from it. It was one of the earlier videos I made that, saying that, I accepted the geometry thing, and that's when they started making excuses that they couldn't debate. I'll tell you, here's a good one. Sly Sparkane and his bending water level test. And we could just get him to talk about his bending water level test, and we've got the straight line segment water level test. He can explain his, and we can explain ours. Now, he's already done his once, failed it, leaky water level and didn't realise about it going uphill, that water doesn't go uphill. But he's going to be doing it again, and we've already done ours. So we could walk him through that. He's always ran from that one as well. But again, Sean Hawkins.
Sly should be out doing his test soon because he was waiting for the shitty weather to arrive, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it's pretty shitty this weekend, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It should be a good weekend for him.
It's the best conditions for a bending water level test. And he was on Jose's the other day, wasn't he? Nobody mentioned anything about it to him. I don't know why. I thought that'd have been right up everybody's street at the minute, that. Bending water. Proof. Wonder why he's not done it. It's really weird, isn't it?
He's got all the equipment, hasn't he?
Yeah. Paid all the money.
Just sitting in his garage gathering dust.
It was with the team Go Fraud Me, though. I don't know how well it's going for them. We've not seen Sean for a bit, have we? Has anyone seen Sean Hoffrod? No? Is he gone?
He's live streaming a lot. Fortunately.
Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Expose.
I can test my audio.
Oh, hot mic. Yeah. So, yeah. Proof for proof challenge, open to everyone. I accept all comers. Logic debate / challenge, Mr. Sensible. Team event. Or maybe just a logic debate thing. Helping out Sean. We stand with Sean. We'll try and help you out as much as we can, Sean. All of those debates.
Got a list of debates as long as your arm, just waiting to happen, Sean.
And come and get involved, because this is the ball's rolling. We're making these videos. I want to do a few. I want to do the horizontal. I want to do the proof for proof. And then I want to do the 8. And then I want to do the progression of that to the final. And I perhaps want to redo level is horizontal proof as a definitive summing up of them all together. And listen to some shit up Buster music and just do some more laughing.
That's always the best part. The laughing.
And I want to try not to trigger the model afflicted, but it's getting harder and harder just talking
if you're
about
clipping, you might want to drop and come back.
Okay. I'm okay on this end. But it might not be good for you guys. Yeah, so we're going to get going. This ball is going. I'm leaving them behind. I don't want to trigger the model afflicted, but it seems like just talking about reality is enough to trigger some people into calling you a doxer just by mentioning their name. I don't know what name is meant to be doing it now, but he has warned me to remove all sorts of reference to his name, and I wouldn't want to mention his name if he's going to strike the channel or go after the Discord server or whatever. So
Voldemort.
well, similar, I think. I don't know. He's been on YouTube for a fair bit, but he's decided to start intimidating people. I don't know for what reason, but...
So is that a reference to his internet potato name, or...
I don't know. They're both the same, as far as I know. Like, one's in inverted commas and one's in brackets. But they're both the same, and I don't know if that's the name that we're not allowed to mention. Literally don't know. So we'll just not bother mentioning his name.
Bit of a weird one, that.
Couldn't we just say, like, let's go Brandon instead? Right? Then Brandon, right? Everybody will know who we're talking about.
Starts with an S, I've heard. So,
I think I might just call him that guy that lies about doxing. How's that sound?
Can we call him B.O.B.?
Better.
I'm just going to call him that guy that lies about doxing. So, offers open up to anybody, the proof for proof. Anybody else want to say any bits? Because I think I'll wrap it up and go straight back to the Discord. It's more fun without us being live. Because you can say a lot more. I don't want to be mentioning anybody's names or anything. It's too risky. Anybody got anything?
No, I think we've laid out our path for the foreseeable.
We put a thing in the chat for the Discord if anybody wants to come in. If anybody's not already, click the link to come in.
I've dropped it a couple of times in the YouTube chat, so anybody feel free to click on that.
There you go. So thank you very much.
Sean Hawkins, right? We'll be over there, I'm sure, doing some big debates at the Debate Night channel.
Yeah. Anytime, Sean, just get in touch with us. Once you've set them all up, we'll be over there. Just give us a time. I'm sure most of us can. We'll try and fit in. We're reasonable.
Yeah, and for the debate memes that I created, I was trying to channel my inner Sean. So if there's actually anything that he would like to have put on those memes.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Promotional material, yeah? Yeah.
Actual quotes from Sean. Quotes of the Hawkins.
Right. I'm off.
Amazing.
See you around. We'll be back again. I think we're going to be doing some more of this sort of stuff.